All right, so guys, I've already imported the sprite sheet that we're using from the reference. So we're going to start off by, we're going to start in a new scene. We're going to go to our sprite sheet, and we are going to go ahead and in our inspector, look at the sprite mode, change that to multiple, and then we're going to hit apply, and then we're going to go to sprite editor, and since we already know the size of our sprites, we are going to go to grid by cell, and we're going to set that to 64 by 64. If it's set at something else, you can change the value to that. And then we're going to hit slice. And then you'll see that it's sliced up our sprites, and we're going to hit apply, and then we're going to hit close. Now you should be able to see all of these different sprites. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to go to our hierarchy in our scene, right click, create a 2D object. We're going to create a tile map. We're going to, when we create a tile map, we'll see that it adds a grid and a tile map. We can call this our ground tile map. And we're going to change our cell size to 0.64 to 0.64, and now we have our tile map, our grid, and our sliced sprite sheet. The next thing we want to do is create a tile palette. So we are going to go to our window, look for our it's 2D, and then tile palette. It might be in a different location for you guys depending on how you have your workspace set up. We're going to start by creating a new tile palette, and we're going to call this our ground tile palette. And we're going to click create, and it's going to ask us to choose a folder. I want you guys to create a new folder. Always use this tile palette folder to save all of your tile palettes. And we're going to create, and we're going to choose that, and then we are going to drag and drop our sliced sprite sheet, and it's going to ask us to select a folder to place all the tiles in. So we're going to create a new folder, and inside, to keep our work organized, we're going to create another folder, call it ground tiles, create, or you can call it mid-ground. You can call it, mid-ground. Click choose, and it's going to generate the tiles for us. And now we have our first tile palette. We're going to select our target tile map. Make sure we are on the active tile map because that's the tile map it's going to paint on. We're going to select a tile, and we can start painting in our scene. Give me a second here. It seems like it's getting, oh, there you go. And we're going to start painting. You can select a corner tile, start painting other tiles, and you can paint, continue painting various tiles like however you want, based, and start designing your level basically. Another thing that I would like to point out is how to layer your tile maps, and we will cover that in the next video. Thank you.